Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back once more to Anno 1800 to, the fires of Pelagos burning brightly, swing machines going down and going poof. And of course, we need to do something about that. I think that this time it was not a riot, but rather just a factory incident. Happened in the last episode sometime and I completely ignored it up to this point. We still have some time left though before we need to actually act. And of course act we should, and I would like to do this with one of my new buildings that we can use here for this. And of course I'm talking about my fire station. Now it's not a completely new building, I've been using it some time ago, but not ever since then. And well, finally it's the return of course of the Fire Brigade Institute, it's actually called. And we can just happily squeeze it in here. It's a beautiful building, no doubt. And another cool thing about it is that there is actually a road going through that you can build, where the firefighters are then coming outside. Let's actually make a full pavement around it, because this is the only thing that really makes sense to me. Especially since the firefighters of course need room. They're already waiting, training for it. They can also come out here, and they can of course also go through here. And I think here they can also come out. We'll just see about the whole thing. And there's also waiting some horses over there. It's training once again, and it's just like the Metropolitan Hospital, going to take 4 firefighters, I think it is, that we can actually use here, and mobilizing up to 5, which is quite more than the normal 3 that you can have in a normal fire station. Of course it does cost me a tiny bit more, like 6 times more, 7 times more, but it's fine because we can afford it of course, and it's going to help us out because this also has a nice range, and with that we can take the whole industry sector into a big fire station, and also this whole city district. So they're going to be quite important for that city in the future. Now I would like to continue right away with some upgrading here that we can do. We are actually lacking a bit of workforce there right now, so let's do some city expansion. There is nothing on the fire right now, so we really just need to continue with more houses. Now for the next expansion I'm going to use the red pepper farms, though we are running out of space quite quickly, and we have now more slots available again, and I would like to use this opportunity of course for that. One we've already used for the clay, but of course we can build another export office right over here since we have some more bricks again. And I would like to use this now to take the pepper in until we find that darn Chef Michel, right? Let's use the weapons for this one, and then we can go ahead with the red pepper. The ratio is 1 to 2, that's okay. Let's quickly check out the pepper demand that we have. It's at 6. Do we have a surplus production of canned food? That would be my interesting question here. Yes, we have. It's a +3. So that means we can actually, I think let's actually calculate it with 8 as a maximum demand, since we are going to have a tiny expansion still. You know what? Let's make it 10. So that's 200, right? That would be around 220 each cycle. And we should be able to easily do this for that, right? And further boost that weapon output. Now, let's also quickly check out how many weapons we actually produce. We produce around 9 per minute. So that means 180. Let's make it 200 per cycle. So we still need to bump it up a bit. And for that reason, we have the weapons over there already getting boosted. That's fine, of course, but we do need more of them. Is the power plant, it's going all the way over here, so I might actually move it and get us another weapon production in here. In this tiny corner, all right? And we might also, now that I'm in the area, we don't really need that fire station here anymore, since we do have now a bigger central fire station. And instead, we could move probably one of my warehouses a bit further over. Oh, look at that. There is a ruin as well that we need to tackle. And this one here we don't need, so we can move all of this down, get rid of this whole road network here, move the warehouse over, and still maintain the electrical power grid that we have done. And then we can just happily squeeze in another weapon factory here. How very good. Okay. I think let's just place it like that for now, and we'll just see how we need it. But that's 2 more of them. How's my steel consumption looking in the meantime? Yeah, it's a bit of a difference there, so that is something that I also need to check out. Here we have our furnaces. I'm probably going to add another one down here in my industry zone. Oh, this is interesting. Can we have a triple road crossing? No, we cannot do this. Unfortunately, this is not available. That would have been nice. Alright, you know what? Actually, coffee is more valuable than weapons and is easily producible. I think we're going ahead with the coffee production in this area. So let's make it for 300 clay. And let's go ahead and make it here for the 220 pepper that we needed. And that's only 60 tons of coffee. That makes things easier, of course. And with that, we only barely take 100 tons of coffee every cycle. My surplus right now is 2. So we need to boost this up a bit. But that's going to be fine because coffee is really cheap. Plus, we can use it with the hacienda, which makes it even easier. Oh, there's another ruin over there that we should quickly fix. And then we go ahead and go to my coffee plantations. Over there they are. Oh, by the way, now that we are at it, let's really go for the steam motors. I should have lots of them now. And we can use this to bump up our field production significantly. And for that, we do need manure. And for that, we do need an animal farm. There we have it. And the animal farm will then take manure from a manure spreader. This is something we can find in the Hacienda menu. And somewhere here it is. Fertilizer works. There it is. We can put it over here somewhere. It does take some steam machines, but that's fine. And it can take any animal farms. Like, unfortunately, we only have plantations, but we're going to need more of them for the tortilla makers as well. This is going to produce manure that we can then use as a manure spreader right over here with the fertilizer silo. And this is what I would like to do. So we don't need to build any more plantations, really. Now, I've built the coffee plantations a bit different now, so with the silo, all of them, and this we could afford with the bricks that we still had. So every one of these has now a silo. However, of course, this one still needs the fertilizer, and for that we don't need the steam motors. So let's go back to Panagos, where my ship is in the harbor area now. Let's just see how many swing machines we have, steam motors we have. 100 tons. Let's make it 150. This should be fine. And I'm also going to take some steel beams here with us as well. Some windows and some reinforced concrete can't hurt for any kind of future expansion towards higher, well, the docklands, for example, which definitely will need then also some windows. And Terra, really? That is the name of this ship. It's on its way now to Manila, bringing Terra, well, building materials to Manila. Okay, another thing I noticed then over here in this new district, we don't have any school yet. So this, of course, is making workers a bit unhappy and also, yeah, not that abundant. So let's go ahead and move some of them a bit further. This was actually planned as a park. So let's go ahead and move it over there. And this school should have a tiny park as well. Right, so I'm going to move a bit more of these buildings then over and these two here then as well. And this gives me a tiny school district that we can add. And for that, let's go ahead, have that school somewhere like this, I think. It's going to have its own entrance, right? Over there, where the entrance is already for the school anyway. So this triple tile it is. And then we're going to have some pavement around. Actually, I think for the kiddies, we probably need a fence. So there you go. The kiddies get their own extra fence. I think here we might actually make it like so. This is looking okay to me. Then we have this one and then probably another tree just here. Is a meeting ground. And nah, this is not looking good. Let's actually have it like this. That's going to be fine. So there's also then a bit of a path, of course, over there as well. Ooh, and this looks strange as it is. That's much better now. And then we can just have some, some trees. I think we also had a playground. There it is in all its glory. And let's have a playground over here and over here. And in between then lots of temperate grove trees. Because that's a perfect mixture between trees and grass. Where people can also then play around a bit. Plus those children's playgrounds. I think it's the only one available. So we just have to go with it for the moment. Yeah, it actually did increase my workforce again. Did it make them happier? No, it did not. Happiness, there's not really that much we can do right now. I can, of course, still tone it down a bit wherever we have a surplus. So, for example, we don't need this one here anymore. Plus, we also don't need the bricks, right? So this is saving me a bit. Also, we have a huge steel beams production at this point, so I don't need that as well. The rest I can keep for the moment. So this is making workers a tiny bit happier. And the loss in brick production, we can easily make up for building more brick factories, because that's basically what we can do right now. And we just need to make sure that we do also use a trade union here in the foreseeable future, because these brick factories will serve me another purpose then as well soon. I think I will actually just have it like this. And with that, we have the whole brick factories here once more. We can actually build those 3 already. And I'm probably also going to add another warehouse then to this area. By the way, what's my fire station doing? Yeah, the flames are definitely gone now, so it is working. And up to 4 firefighters. Perfect. There's still a very high chance for fire. So I hope we are going to need them soon. See them in action. It's also worth looking at the city from time to time at night. All the lights, because that's also something that of course will change drastically at some point. And right now it's rather looking fine already, with the engineers giving off the most lights. Of course they have electricity, so it's a bit easier having lights in there. Now with the latest trade, we also have now way more pepper in than ever. And we can finally go ahead and, yeah, get rid of my pepper farms. There would really be also no point in moving them around, since basically we don't have the space for that, to move them anywhere. And we also don't have any other islands, nor can I afford to keep any other islands. So this is not going to work out, and for that reason, yeah, we can use the docklands safe and sound. Now let's actually, yeah, expand over there. We do still have, once again, the marketplace and pub. I want to make sure that we actually keep the main road. So this is a main road here that's not going to work out. So we're going to have this one here is the main road that connects, and then we have another one here, right? This one goes up then, probably make a connection somewhere here. And that should be fine. And I think we have too many warehouses there. Get rid of those 2 here. Also not required anymore. There's still this tiny chapel here. I would like to keep it, honestly. We could also just replace it with a church. But in that case, a chapel just also looks very cute. Especially when I perhaps also modify it a bit with my Old Town pack, because there's the Hildegarden, and I just love this ornament. I think it looks very, very cute with a church. It has the same style to it, right? And we could also use some Old Town ornaments here. Perhaps an old historic fountain or something like that. Statue of a woman here at the end of it. In this garden that we can have. And some cobblestone. That goes to this garden over there. And the whole thing, of course, is surrounded by, most likely, some trees. Which gives the whole thing a quite eerie setting. I like it a lot. Right in here in the city center. And on the left of it, or to the right of it, we continue onwards then with just some more blocks of houses again. A few more blocks of houses, and up here then we definitely will need another farmer pub district somewhere along this area there, at the main road. It would be best for now, giving most of them a proper coverage of all of that. I mean, we might actually, no, I think it's fine for now. Let's keep it over there. This is then the double road. I'll just like to keep it that way, and then we have another block of houses over there. Yep, and where there was once some pepper farms, we now have the city of Penagos expanding towards the outskirts of it. Yep, we could actually have an end here of this double road into one of the fountains. Leading to a nice influx of new farmers. And with that, a bit further down in the city, we can then go ahead and upgrade some of them again to workers, like these guys here. And probably also a bit closer to the city itself. Like here we have a theater close by. It just makes sense to have more workers, and then ultimately, of course, artisans in the region too. Let's just be careful that we're not getting negative here. Like this. But of course there's still farmers moving in, so this should be fine. Great stuff. Now I heard a message, and I was in Manila. There it is. My advanced materials are coming in. And with that, finally, hooray, we can do something. I would like to first build those farms here. Not because we really need them. I mean, we probably do need them at some point now, since Manila is growing quite a bit, but we're still having a nice poncho surplus there. But still, it's the alpaca farms, of course. And right next to it, then we have the hacienda fertilizer. And with that, let's just see. Yeah, something like that. And it has a direct connection to that warehouse then as well, right? And this is producing the dung now. It's collecting it and getting it over then to the to the warehouse there actually. And we do have some 2 tons of dung because I think production for that starts now. Yes. So now they're under effect of the fertilizer, and now every third good they produce is dung, and this gets transported over to the warehouse, and the hacienda fertilizer works take it over then and produce fertilizers with that. We'll just see how much it is, because I don't really know the consumption of it at the moment, nor where it is. I think it is somewhere here. No, not really. There it is. And the demand is 3 right now. We produce only 2. So there we have it. We still need a few more animal farms. And I can do something here because, of course, we do need tortilla makers. My people demand tortillas. At some point, we want to go, of course, to the next tier for these obreros. And tortilla would be my next target here. So that's a cattle farm. We have the alpaca farms here already. And having cattle farms next to them doesn't matter so much. We produce 2 tortillas per minute, and my current consumption rate is 3. So 2 of them would already be fine. That would be, let's make it 6 cattle farms, right? To make it really, really worth our while here. There we have them, nice and easy. All the farms. Let's actually build all of them, I think. Yep. We can afford that. And with that, we're of course boosting this one here once more significantly up, because almost all of them now get it. Oh, we have also some fires here. I would still like to also expand. I mean, we can expand the hacienda, right? We do have still room for more growth here. So let's go ahead. Here we keep the garden, as I said, at some point. And then we can just go ahead with a few more of them on that side. Let's actually keep a bit of a distance there to the chapel. I like that. And then we of course can also just expand with some normal buildings here, like this one there. As there is the marketplace close by as well. That should be fine. And with that, the cattle is coming in. Or, well, the beef is coming in, of course. Let's also upgrade those warehouses there a bit. And the other thing we still need is, of course, the corn plantations. Now, I could use the hacienda farms again, but nope. We're already using the caoutchouc and the coffee over there. So I really just need open fields for it. We don't need that much corn for now, right? And don't forget, we will also be able to use the docklands then in Manila at some point. So all I need really is these corn plantations here, and we're going with... Yeah, well, the ratio, of course, would be up to 8 as a maximum. I think we're going with 6 for now. Space requirement is quite steep for the corn. So I know what kind of farms I'm going to replace soon anyway. That's those 6. Just easily squeezed into this area. Oh, alright, Sean, we can do this. Why is that the case? Are we lower? No. Military-wise, we're still pretty strong. It seems like it was just itching him to get a bit more money out of us. Trade rights is not going to work so easily. And then we're going to build... Yeah, let's make it 4 for now. Because we really don't need more. And that would lead to 2 tortilla makers now. And with that, also officially tortillas in Manila. Let's have them over here in my industry zone. And that's basically it. A new good is coming in. Let's also repair some of these. And then, of course, I'm waiting for the fertilizer now to get into the silos. This should actually be happening now anytime. And then we have a nice boost of the coffee plantations here. And there's actually the first silo now. The first 2 silos actually already. They got the fertilizers. And this is bumping up the productivity now by 100% for that. Plus, on top of that, every third good is produced double or twice. Right, that comes on top of that, which should be a nice boost into the coffee beans production overall. And we already have a slight surplus, even though only 2 worker or silos are working at the moment. This of course makes it possible for us to add some more coffee roasters to the roaster. And yeah, we of course can do this right here in my industry zone. And we are of course going to need a lot of coffee in the future, so I'm going to make a whole block here then too. And as we can see, the space is, yeah, filling up. Probably will be able to build 2 more of them. We need them as it's also going to be one of the export goods in Panagos. Perhaps also in Manila. Don't forget, we can share the goods then between the 2 worlds. And that means if I level that up in Panagos, it also gets leveled up in Manila. And we can use it here with the same upgraded higher level item than already. Oh, by the way, these guys here. Yeah, they're looking a bit overwhelmed. Let's give them a bump. Back in Panagos, now we have a total of 650 farmers right now. It might be worth checking the lifestyle needs for these guys here, because of course that can also bump the population a bit. And we do have actually a flour surplus right now, I think. Yeah, quite a bit of flour surplus. We have a consumption of 15 only, so I might activate that, and the same with the soap. And we do get some extra farmers out of that. And yeah, 5 tons more per minute. We still have a nice surplus of flour there. So let's go ahead and do this and give them those lifestyle needs. I really don't care about the money it provides, more or less just the farmer population that we can boost like that. And with that, we need fewer farmhouses than down the road. Alright, and let's also go ahead and upgrade the bunch. We do have especially those guys here. Oh, look at that. What happened here? This is a very strange mistake. Must have been on purpose, right? Now we can upgrade them along the tracks. More farmers for Panagos. And I think also we still had more here. This is pretty important because there we already have the higher service buildings as well. So those people profit from that sooner. Okay. And of course we got lots of workers again that we can then once again turn into artisans. And finally we have some bricks in again as well. Since the clay is now coming in with the docklands on top of everything. Since we have quite a lot of brick factories now, this is all helping a lot. And here's the bank. So let's go ahead and just bump all of them to engineers. Beautiful. Actually, I have a lot of resources and we could continue like that. There's actually, I think the school probably, yep, school coverage is not the best in the region. Where is the school? I don't even see it. Holy cow, it's over there. And then there's one here. Of course it was too low. This was my central station at some point. The school does not to be here forever. It is fine to have the school here now. Right, boost them up and then engineer past. We don't need that school here anymore and have room for another ornament or monument that we can have. So far so good, lots of progress, I think, more upgrading. And I think with all of the influx of money and building materials, yeah, we are ready for investors and also the big shipyards. Stay tuned.